welcome to today's edition of Let the People Hear program. I am your one and only host, Priest Peter Lyson. And in today's program, I am joined by one of our young inspiration in our community who has just driven into politics. And his name is Honorable Chanda Mukosa from Mvula Ward. Honorable, welcome to today's program.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for me.
Sure, sir. Honorable, before we could even rush to politics and everything, we want to find out more about who is Honorable Chanda Mukosa.
Yeah, first and foremost, I just want to thank you, media team. You are doing a great job.
Sure, sir.
And you feel free. This is my place, my residence.
Sure, sir.
And yes, basically, my name is Chanda Mukosa. I was born on 21st of April. 1989. Yes, there in Mvula Ward, because that was the area that I was born and being raised. Both parents who were Christians, both Christians. My mother came from UCZ. My father was a Catholic. Wow. And they are still alive and kicking. Yeah. So I am married.
Okay.
With 3 beautiful children. I'm married to my wife, who is also coming from the same ward. Ward. Yeah, so this could tell you to say it is an area that has been there,
Yes, it's at heart.
At heart.
Exactly.
Yes.
Sure, sir.
Yes.
Honorable, again, I would also want to find out. You said you are born from within, and also we are looking at your background, being around the town. What really inspired you to dive into politics?
As you are aware, on the other side of my social life, I'm also a coach. By the way, I'm also a coach. I'm a rugby coach. I used to coach both ladies and men's at Concora Rugby Club. I shifted. Now I'm coaching, assisting in Changa Rugby Club. Okay. So being in that social life,
yes, sir.
I used to mingle with a lot of people. Coming up with different challenges, different backgrounds. Yeah, so I started to have that feeling to say, well, there's a role that I can play in our community, in helping people, build them in terms of, spiritually, physically,
wow.
Yeah. So I also started, looking at people who were young. Before me, I looked at, there are so many honorables who are young.
Yes, sir.
For example, I'll give an example. Is that mayor from Chipata?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Honorable George.
Yes.
Yes. There is also this the Binwells.
Yes. This one, the member from is it Honorable from Kafisa? From Kafisa. Christopher Kangombe.
Christopher Kangombe. Yes. Then I also saw that at the early age, they were councillors.
Exactly.
They were able to lead. They were even younger than I am.
Exactly.
But they delivered.
Exactly.
So that showed me the courage to say, wow, I think it is now time that we can dive in.
Yes.
Also, apart from that, I started getting more interest in politics. That was in 2016. Somewhere there, I started now listening to more conversation, from our citizens, elders, like Winter Kalimba. They'll give you an history where
exactly.
you listen to him, you smile.
Yes.
Yeah. And by the way, just when I thought of mentioning Winter Kalimba, I just want also to take this privilege, and advantage to appreciate and recognize that today is the African Freedom Day.
Oh yes.
Where we need to appreciate our forefathers who fought so hard for us to be, liberated.
Exactly.
Yeah, because this peace that we're enjoying today, we don't have to take it for granted. People fought, people died.
Yes.
So that is a symbol of unity and love.
Yeah, talking about unity and love, I just realized that you are standing on a party which is called National Reconciliation Party for Unit for Party. So now, Honorable Chanda, why this party of all the political parties for not being on an independent ticket?
You know what? It's a very interesting question. It's a very interesting question, Comrade.
Yes,
I believe that if someone has seen that you are capable, there is something that you can bring out to the community.
Yes, sir.
say, yeah, but young man, we have seen that you've got a potential to do something in your community.
Sure.
Why can't you just come in, you know?
Yes.
So it's about giving me a platform. So this is the part that has given me a platform where I should start. They believe in me. They know that I'm capable. I can do it.
Okay.
Yes. So I just want also to thank the chairman who is, you know, popularly you call him Chicken. Sidil Mwape. Sidil Mwape has such character of, you know, mobilizing, you know, you get down to you and say, young man, you have potential, it can't just die like that. It's better you stand up. So yeah, they gave me a platform of which I took that privilege.
I understand Mr. Sydney is quite, I don't know if I can refer him to being a bulldozer as well.
Yes,
he knows how to mobilize people and bring them together. Again, I'm looking at you, sir, Honorable. I'm looking at you because you were born in Ivula, born from here. Again, he wants to come back now as a leader, a ward chairperson or a ward leader, being a councillor. What really driven, what put you back to there, to Ivula ward? Initially, get Mwele number quite therefore kuwa councillor wa Mukawat. Why not other wards? Because in Chilaumbo, I believe we have 24 wards, of which from our side we are standing at 11 wards as Chilaumbo constituents, while Konkola is standing at 13 wards. Ambanish wants to deliver Mvula ward.
Mvula ward, yeah, pamutima. You know, there's just that feeling.
Yes, sir.
If you ever that, you know, tetu we of feel kwa we. Infumo tera kwa we. Because that is where, you know, even in our culture, even in our culture, you find that people, they work from outside or abroad.
Yes.
But when something happens, you still come back. Or even if you've made millions, you still come back because you need to pay back.
Exactly.
So it is time to pay back now.
Yes.
Because I looked at, you know, being born there, like I said earlier, you know, being raised there, and I got married in the same area. Beautiful, yeah, I was a beautiful wife there. So, you know, I just said, my wife, let's give it back. Because I'm coming from a background where I also want to aspire my, you know, young colleagues out there.
Yes.
Because us, when we were playing rugby, those in early days, you know how that sport is so influential. We used to, you know, fight.
Yes.
We did a lot of things. So there was a point where now we grow up. We now become family members. We become daddies. We are fathers now. So yeah, it's time now to, you know, to at least to have a confidence to say, you know, guys, despite to alimunifi. So I want to become that person who people look at to say, wow, look at this guy. And by the way, you know, let me just, you know, chip in a little bit of, you know, part of my life so that at least you now understand where I'm coming from.
No, sure, Honorable, you can.
I failed grade 12.
Really?
I failed grade 12. I failed to make it because at that time my father was working in ZCCM and he got retired in, you know, 2001. And you know how much money they were being paid.
Yes.
I remember very well, it was something like 15,000 somewhere there. And that was in grade 7. Yes, I was in grade 7. My elder sister, she was in grade 8.
Okay.
Going to grade 9.
Yes.
So when I made it to grade 7, I proceeded. So now, my father retired at that time. And they went to settle, to have a farm somewhere there in Tobago. And by that time I was being kept and raised by my brother Peter, and of which, you know, I appreciate him because he has made me to be who I am.
To become who you are.
Yes, because without him, you know, where he was young, but he used to hold us together. But there was one thing that he kept on telling us.
Yes, sir.
He used to say,
yes.
And people will start looking at us.
Exactly.
So it was at that point where I reached grade now 10, 11, 12. Now school fees became tough. And I remember that time I was working for KCM and he said, can I take you to school? And I said, no, bro. You can't manage. No, you can't manage. You are overwhelmed. You've got your family. Can you concentrate to my elder sister? Because she was in grade 10, you know, writing his city for his exams in grade 12.
Yes.
wafika ku school bakutamvya mai ulebolera ko bakutamvya ulebolera
until you pay.
Yes, yambokwa bakalamba.
Yes, sir.
So at that point I started, you know, being frustrated. Rugby hatuingira nombono kuingira, so we started now, you know, going rugby. I even tried music.
So you can sing as well.
I even tried music. Wow. I'm telling you. So
sure.
You know, so from grade 12 I failed. What did I do? I started work. Because me, I'm a hard worker.
Yes.
I'm a hard worker. That one I can rest assured. I'm one person who always wants to have my things with using my hands.
Sure.
So because I do that for a reason. Not my body station. Yes, I've got friends who can testify. Yes. So bakalamba twambokoma machavenga wambokoma nomba epratwashite kuna kuna bakashwe sumula mwini mwejamu twabasobola nabera ntobera okanshi twikale vecha pazi twaikala vina pamunomba twambokika so imufurira.
So by that time you're not within Chilabom.
I moved from 2014.
Yes.
We had now started working for Maran Roberts in Mufuri. So I stayed for 6 years in Mufuri.
Okay.
From 2014 up to 2020.
Sure.
During the time of COVID.
Yes, sir.
So I failed by that time. I failed to, you know, consider, because at work I was one person who was frustrated. I'm telling you, I was pushed to that point where I used to give up. At times, there is a point and you know, one thing I thank this woman, she's a very strong woman.
Wow.
You never see her, you know, shedding tears even when things are worse.
Yeah, sure.
And me, I looked at to be, you know, to be weak. Like, you know, she's not a person who is. But I've realized that she's the strongest person.
Exactly.
Because at that point, but she was a person who was you know, but you know, it was something deep.
Exactly.
You know, that was a moment that I'm telling you this from coming deep down my heart.
Exactly.
Yes, so I came back from work. I sat with face after my wife prepared food for me, then you know, it's time to go to bed. Then I said to my wife, I'm going back to school. I want to rewrite.
Wow.
Then she said, how are you going to manage? Because we used to work 6 to 6. How are you going to manage? Looking at the job which they made, then I said, you know, if I can't do this, then for the rest of my life, I will remain like this. Because I don't want to be a slave. There's something that I can do.
Exactly.
You know. Even in our churches, we should grant that we know. Now, because when they type, so why not? But you know, it is something that I thought to say, and I never went to private school.
Yeah.
Because at that time, but was something about me to
Yes.
So yeah. Now this month, I'm going back to school. Then she said, you can't manage. Looking at the salaries, you know, the money that you get. And I said, no. Besides time, I just have to do this, please.
Yes.
Now for the left, I bought a bag. Because I knew that, you know, without having this,
yes.
It
still be a challenge.
Yes. Exactly. So now I came back from pay, books, graph papers, you know, calculator, pencils, pens, sharpeners, ruffles. Yes. So this Saturday, I'm starting, you know, tuitions.
Just like that.
Every time, and I look at 18 hours in an I was only for 30 minutes. To 2 days day shift, 2 days night. So na to people can change shift. Mr. Nomba to every day shift, 3 hours night. 10 hours. Film pama to show. 12:30 na inuka. Na diafe kulala. 16 hours punched. Marondesa mkuinuka 6 hours. Na lala kwa 2 hours, 3 hours. Zoni shaka to kwa that. Makunsto ya chikosa inotro ni 3 hours ni natu. Na hakuna to show. Kwa shile, excuse me, 3 months. Ukulemba exam. I went to the deputy head per central, Mfuda Central Basics. I explained to her to say, Madam, come on. Instead in the course, I can't concentrate. Exam we had Panama. At least I need something to help me.
Yes.
She wrote a letter. I was involved in a lot of activities.
Yes.
Because I was in a team of first aid, so the project manager knew me. Yeah, Mr. Dion.
Exactly.
So when I went to explain to our master singer by then, Tony Marcus, he was a Mzungu. And when so this is what I want to do. Okay, no problem, no problem. And he took me there to sign for my, for a day, to be working day shift continuous.
Oh, continuous.
So yes, so 13 hours, 14 hours, I should knock off.
Wow.
14 hours straight to show. 14 hours straight to, in fact, even weekends, because there were times when we were doing practical, so Saturday and Sunday, I used to go there. It was not easy.
Sure, sir.
I made it. GC with good result. I won at 2, 1, and 3.
That was awesome.
From having 8 and 9 in mathematics, I dropped it.
From failing now
to success now.
Oh, that was
so from there, again to Ambo Kwikara. Now I'm going up to 2020. I'm going to KCM, concentrator. I'm telling you, there is that time in life where God prepares, such people like myself. I'm giving testimony, I'm telling you.
Exactly.
There was a time I was being treated to reach to an extent where, we told off to say, the part of all industry, we were not going to save him. Just imagine.
That was from when?
Yes! I came back home. I told my wife, you see, this is frustrating me now. I'm going back to school.
Again.
They say, you, I'm a school. Looking at the money you're money for you. I said, I'm a man. You will never suffer. There will be no day you miss a meal.
Exactly. Wow.
So this December, I'm going back to school. That was the August. That's September. So when I get paid, I used to keep to my 500 Nari.
You started saving.
Yes. So I December now, I went to Copperstone University. I applied, they accepted me. I entered now into school now. Diploma for 2 years in occupational safety. It was not easy. I pushed hard, not until, I made it. I made it.
Wow.
So, I'm saying I'm coming from a background where I know what it takes to be a leader. I know how people go through. I've mentored people, not even, at the community level, even where I found,
Exactly.
I know friends can justify that. I can't speak much on this. So, you see now where I'm coming from.
I understand, Honorable, and now I can attest to the reason why you are now aspiring to be a councillor. Obviously, your career is not going to end on this local level or just local council, but looking forward to see that you go on. Now, coming back to your political career, Honorable, what do you think, or what have you seen needs to be worked on in Vulawan? If I can work on this, I want to know
okay. Yes, yeah. So like I said, twakulira mulya. Twafyalirwa mulya. Twawukira na mulamu ini. Okwikala tulekala mulamu ini. So, imbona ma challenges abantu bali facing nayo. I feel like it is not about me. It's not about me. Leadership is not about me.
Yes.
It's about we, the people.
Yes, the community.
Yes, we need a community engagement.
Yes.
Where we need to, tell the people to say, okay, look here, these are the challenges that we are facing.
Yes.
So for us to achieve this, we need to agree as a community.
Yes.
Because, I believe in, consensus.
Yes.
Where we need to come together and say, let's do this together, then we move forward. But, I'm not the best, by the way. But, I'll be among the leaders. I'll be among the servants of Vulawan.
Exactly.
Looking at the challenges that we are facing, number one, we are facing water challenge. And there'll be an outcry in Chiramunga. Mulonga, they're not doing anything, Mulonga, and the leaders who just come with the rhetoric, conversations. So in 1990, I mentioned it from Zambia is growing, by the way.
Yes.
It's growing.
Yeah.
So we need more, power,
Yes.
we need everything, services. So I looked at this issue, then I said, well, we have CDF.
Yes.
We have what development, funds that that is coming in.
Yes.
Why can't we utilize that to to install boards? So I said, when I can't look at my mothers, more especially women are very, very respected, respected human creature.
Exactly.
That we can't take it away from them. Biblically, we need to respect women. But it's it's very frustrating. You see, my own bucket, my own bucket, and also even for health purpose, sanitation, So I said, look here, colleagues, look here, mothers, look here, brothers, look here, sisters. Let me come in. We work together and we install at least 2 balls. The one which I suggested to be mounted there at, we have a park there where we used to play football. We can, sink a ball there. So that the community can be, utilizing, enjoying, clean water. Because that is non-negotiable.
Exactly.
That is the duty of the government. To ensure that people, they've got clean water. So we need to see 2 balls, like I said, one just in between cassava and the pea. And one in the market. We can look around there by the station, station, permanent station, behind there. We can go to council, get permits and because it's not for me, it's for the people. Even outside they can benefit from there. Yes, that is one thing. The other issue is to do with the waste management. Waste management and sanitation. It's pathetic. Where we are going now, this is, it's frustrating. I'm telling you, I get frustrated. Look here, if you just go per Concora Mine bus station, have you seen those bottles there? Plastics lying there. People, they don't care. They don't mind. So we are saying, when we go into the council chamber, because our duty is to make policies, to plan. Okay, so we saw the development where they bought, skip bins, of which it was a good initiative because I spoke about it. If you look at my articles on my Facebook page, I looked at that and I said, this is a welcome move, but we need to do more. We need to put a time frame. How the efficiency of disposing of or emptying those skip bins. Because you find that they just empty. So what will happen there? We are introducing now diseases. The area will look, dirty. The equipment. Empty. It will manage. Because looking at those machines, it looks to manage because they are cheap. So we need to, engage council to moving equipment. To make a time frame to say, looking at one to for post outside. We have days so. Bakula some costa empty. And why some costa empty? But for the relation, because the end story that
I think that's the responsibility of the local government. The council, they're the ones in charge of that. So, Honorable, before we wrap up the program, I wanted to find out from you. Don't you think this area has also had other councillors before you who had brilliant ideas? What makes you different and also convince people to say that you are the right person for this word to be their representative, apart from what you have said?
I'm not one person who talks about people. Because I can't be discussing someone who's not here to defend himself or herself. But what I will say is that they did their part. They did their part. Because I remember by that time, when I was in the packaging, but so it's about the heart for the people. It's about service delivery. So, what makes me to be a good candidate? what would differentiate me from those leaders?
Yes.
One thing I will tell you is that if you ask around, who is Chanda Mkosa,
Yes.
people will tell you to say I'm a very accommodative person, and no matter how pakapitama days, but I will still find time and speak to that person. I'm one person who wants to listen from others. Not their pushback leadership or divide and rule. No. So I'm a leaders like the recent honorable and so much respect for him. Because whatever so much respect for him, and he's not standing, he was not adopted. Exactly. So he said, no, you guys, you can, this list is just between you and your fellow guy. Yeah. So now, if we in the party manifesto,
yes, sir.
Russian market, in the Ronaldo Kuraso, what was called a soda, and tomato palma, and shani. One of what they choose, because I believe yes. That's what for so now put them on a market for in the land. Because I knew it table and so polyambi, no polyapel, and now I market. And they knew me by that. Come on, a cabana and 30. Now I give it cash table. So yes, so I was very, I felt bad. I went to the market. They don't have a toilet.
No, don't stay.
I'm telling you, they don't have a toilet. The only toilet that they have in India, they can be. We can build a toilet permanent for the marketeers,
yes.
And customers.
Yes.
Which it should be managed by themselves, because we have to take ownership.
Exactly.
Like the examples that I gave in terms of waste management.
Exactly.
So these are some of the policies that we need to go and reinforce to say, look here, we can't be a careless nation. Exactly. Can we do something? It's about reinforcing the road.
Yes.
We are not saying it should be dictatorship, but that all of some the government. Your government stay stiff. Your government stay stiff. But for even if everybody they talk side, in the market it's pathetic. You go in the morning, you find that plastics are all over.
Yes.
I took an advantage. I asked one of the workers who have come. What is really the problem? What do you think is it's about planning, leadership.
Exactly, leadership, yeah, sure.
We are lacking leadership. So we need to put everyone to be responsible for their daily activities. Because some of us are
sure.
Day in, day out.
Sure.
I want to also to take advantage of lighting.
Yes.
Is yes, they had to install, if I can, there were few solar lighting that were being installed. Street lights, but it's not enough. Sure. Because we need security. Yes. At the end of the day, we need security. So we will install solar lighting. I we cannot light in this paper. So it's not carrying but we are going to work in those areas. Then you touch the issue of how are we going to empower our youths.
Exactly.
Yes. So leadership comes with the responsibilities,
yes.
And opportunities, by the way. Yes. Because now you become a leader.
Yes.
So we shall take advantage, because by the way, do you know that it is sitting on the mines? Number one shop.
Yes, number one shop.
Yes. So we can go there and lobby.
Yes.
By the help of the MP, to go and talk to the investors.
Talking about the MP, can I just find out before we close, what really makes it difficult for example, just an example, if you're going to go through as a councillor, and you have an MP who's from a different part of yours, what brings up a barrier for you to
Okay. Thank you. You know what? Me, I've worked with a lot of people. It's young, my age, elderly people. I see, it depends on the way you carry yourself. Yes. This is what I understand. It's not about who is coming from where.
Yes.
This time we should be doing sober politics. Let's debate on merit.
On merit, yeah, sure. Right.
Political based politics. It's not about churches. Yo, Shanshan, yo, Shan, I'm a banga, I'm a Shanshan. No. Just tell the people what you will do. Then they'll vote for you. Then, if I find myself to say, okay, I'm working with a, and that is where now respect comes in.
Exactly.
There is seniority there.
Exactly.
That one is a member of parliament, no matter what, regardless of whatever. I should go there and say, it's time to, this is a time to do politics, but there will be time for work. Zambia, we are concentrating so much on, fighting and developing this country. This is where now we are now bringing in unity.
Yes.
We can't say we are a united country where hatred. We are now talking about tribes, whose tribe is that it has nothing to do with development.
Sure.
So when the time of work comes, it's time for work. Exactly. Whoever who will be available, I'll be ever available and work with them. By the way, I interact with a lot of people, being opposition, being ruling, and I support what I feel this is good, that it will bring development to this country and Chidabom. And not in any mupato, so in any mupat, we can't develop.
Yeah. So there you have it now, from our very own aspiring candidate for Mvula Award. We're standing on the ticket of NRUPP. And from the interaction that I've had, he is the right candidate to vote for, because number one, he has talked about the aspect of being determined, focused, hardworking, and also the aspect of love, unity, just like the party they are is standing on. And we just need to look forward to see that we choose the right candidate, not campaigning, not doing anything, but just to make sure that we go for the right candidate. Honorable, your last remarks to the people that are watching, or anybody you are inspiring now, because you're still young. From the look of things, you're still young, you're not yet of age, and there's somebody who is looking up to you. Like you gave an example in your preamble of the likes of the Bino Mpundus, the Christopher Kangombes, and others. You were inspired by those people, and you also have people that are following you, people that are getting inspiration from you. And how should they come up?
Yeah, thank you so much. To you, our viewers, first I want again also to appreciate you for coming, finding time to come at my place and to have this interaction. So kuibo mwe bantu bamuvula wati abamuchira bombo nabashiri muchira bombo konse kuntuko muletu mfera ngoko muletu tammi nini mwana we Mchanda Mukosa uwafyalirwa mumvula wati nokulira umwakulira nokupawo pira mulamwe
n'abana
bale kulira mulamwe. Yes. Tubombere pamo. I want also to take this opportunity to thank you, whether mwalim patana mwalim temo, whether mwana supporter and mutamu supporter, I still need you. Yes. Come on board, support this man with a vision, who has a dedication, the heart for the people. It doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter who you are. There is something that you can do in life. You can make a difference. You can even outshine. Yes. And say to the world to say, wow, this is a person who failed grade 12. This is a person who had nothing. Yes. But today is something. Yes. It doesn't matter. Rise and shine. Bachirabombwe muri sana bamvula wati muri sana. Nitasheko na bafyashi bandi bamabana rukoshi abanjimisho kwe bati mwana wandi ndiye kusupporta banono sana. Banono bafyashi bandi ndiye mitotera bamabana kumwenda kulande mitotera bana musaru ba campaign manager bandi ba boss chibiriti ndiye mitotera mwe bana imumwa ali kwate chimwera ba chibiriti. Tubombere pamo, we are on the ground. The race has begun now. Thank you so much.
Just to wrap up the program, this is your one and only Prince Peter Lyson from Chilawumbo Arts Foundation, Z Tamanga. This is Let Your People Hear program. Till next time.